right. Well, let's transition into current Dominican fighters. I know you guys been developing Rohan Polanco.
Sure.
Who does his development remind you of? Not necessarily style, but his development. It seems like every test you guys give him, he passes it with flying colors.
Yeah.
Does his development remind you of anybody?
Not really, but he's one of those guys that's like one of those old school fighters back in the 70s, 80s, guys that would fight anybody.
Yeah.
They don't turn anything down, They want a title fight. They wanted a title fight probably like 3 fights ago.
Yeah.
And I think he's ready. I'm very, very high on Rohan.
Yeah, they were. His camp was disappointed they couldn't get a title at 140. They were, it was tight for them to make the weight, but they wanted to hold on, win a belt at least there, and then move up.
Exactly.
They were really frustrated that they couldn't get
I don't know. I mean, listen, I can understand their frustrations, but one, he's never made 140. Everything was always like 42, 43. And I remember when he fought Tariq Zana in Verona, New York.
Yes.
It was like, I want to say it was at 142, and he barely made it. He looked like he was going to pass out. And just to lose 2 more pounds to be 140, I think it would have killed him. I think unfortunately, he was an in-betweener between 40 and 47, but his best weight would have been at 147. Okay. And I don't know how much longer, Joel, that he's going to be there. He may go to 54. I mean, he struggled. I mean, look at him at the weigh-in, how dried out he is, and then he looks completely different on fight night. He puts about 30 pounds on.
30 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not good because, going up and down, and when you're not fighting and you're 170, 180 pounds to lose that weight, it's not good. Eventually it takes its toll, but thank God, he's younger and he can get away with it right now.
Yeah. I feel he definitely looks better at 147. That I will say,
yes.
Especially at the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
I meant
much healthier.
Much healthier at the weigh-ins. Yeah. Who has turned down Rohan Polanco? Because from what I understand, he's trying to move up quick. And he's trying to challenge fighters who's been like, hey, listen, we don't want that fight.
Off the top of my head, I know one was Blair Cobbs. There was about 3 of them. We try to get 3 guys, and all 3 of them turned it down, or I should say, overpriced themselves, which means they really don't want to fight.
Karen Chukhadzhian, was he one of them?
He was a guy. Yep. The guy that fought Boots twice. Yep. He was one. It's Blair Cobbs, and there's somebody else.
Nicklaus Flaz.
Flaz.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Nicklaus Flaz. They want, they wanted too much money, which to me in reality means they really don't want to fight. You know. But with Flaz, I can respect a little bit more because I think he's pretty highly rated.
Yeah, he's ranked, I think, like number 8 on the WBO. I could find out.
Yeah, it's not that high. But, the other guys like Blair Cobbs, he's living in a fantasy world, because he beat Adrian Broner.
Oh, man.
Nobody cares,
Nobody saw it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody saw it. Nobody cares. And nobody cares if he's inactive or active, Blair Cobbs. But he thinks he's a superstar in his own mind because he beat Adrian Broner.
Flaz is ranked number 11 in the WBO, and Polanco's ranked number 7, which I know Polanco's going the WBO route. That's why I mentioned that ranking and not other.
And we were going to do it. We were going to do it for an eliminator, but they wanted too much money, and I want to say he fought Christian Gomez instead on a pro box show for much, much less money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I don't think his promoter wanted the fight. I think.
Yeah, probably. And listen, Flaz is a great kid.
He's a good guy.
I know him personally. Real good guy.
Did you guys ever have any kind of communication with Rashidi Ellis?
Oh yeah, that was another guy. Yeah, Jimmy Birchfield said, we need to do something with Rashidi. I said, you can fight Polanco. He says, let me know, and then never heard back from him. Despite what they say. But we absolutely can make the fight. As long as the money's right and they don't overprice, because Polanco will fight, whether it's for peanuts or whatever. He just wants to fight. He's a real fighter.
Okay, all right.